We're back.
We're back, and how we've missed it. How we have missed it. How you doing, Simon?
Well, after being ravaged by an illness, I'm I'm now recovered a little bit better. How are you doing? I think you got it as well, yeah.
An illness and a nice Fantasy 5 day out. Drink session, we'll call it.
Yeah, that was a heavy sesh. That was a heavy sesh. Haven't drunk for a while, so that was pretty heavy.
Good fun. Good fun.
That's great fun. It's great fun. It's good to see everyone, and yeah, a great game to watch. A great game to go down and see to do it in. England and Wales. Yeah, boy.
Come on. Come on.
It's so funny that, like, I still find it so, because I mean, I actually lived in Wales. I grew up in Wales, so all my friends are like back home are Welsh, and I just can't believe how many of the Welsh actually like banter us and like they hate us now. Like they're all
They hate
supporting.
us. You were saying yesterday it's just the Scottish. The Welsh hate us. Do you not see when we got knocked out last time how they celebrated?
Literally. And like, I think I saw something on social media where they were going around asking all the Wales fans, they support England now? Nah, Senegal. Come on, Senegal. Come on, guys, play the game. But it's funny because my mate texted me and he was like, you're being so humble about it, because I didn't really banter him because I just don't see him as a rival anymore. It's just so they're not good enough, are they? So that's what I said to him. He was like, that's probably the worst response you could do.
You guys are so shit. It means nothing to us. That
exactly. He was like, I would much rather you just bantered us. And I was like, it doesn't really mean.
They were awful.
They just didn't really, didn't pose a threat, did they, at all? So
Bell had one pass, and I think was it 9
touches?
One pass, 9 touches in the whole. I don't even think. I might even be less than that in the half against us. I'm sure. I know he was injured, but yeah, it was pretty poor. Yeah. All right, we'll just give a minute or so for if anyone else is going to be joining us.
Come and join in. Hopefully we get a few more than one.
We'll be here by ourselves. We're happy with that.
We're happy with that. We'll do that. It's not a problem.
Yeah. Also, in our little message, we did Mexico conceded, so Poland didn't go through on booking points.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. But it's interesting that
admin mistake there, Fivers. Apologies.
I'm still suffering from the other day, the night out. Apologies, guys. But yeah, it was interesting that was actually, before this. Yeah, that was going to be the way that they would advance. Do you think that's a fair way for them to go through?
No, I think it's absolutely mental that was
crazy.
An option.
So originally it goes on goal. If it's a tie, it goes on goal difference, then head to head, and then it's disciplinary action. Or was there one before like goal scored?
I think it's goal scored. I don't know. I'm not going to say without actually knowing.
Because surely, like, yeah, if it is that, if that's the third one, then that's bonkers.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, Saudi Arabia scored at the end. Yeah, that was a nice little 1-2.
Yeah. Well, Mexico just needed to score again, so it must have been goal scored because Mexico just needed to score again, so their goal difference would have been the same. So it must have gone goal scored.
Right. Yeah.
We're getting a lot of stick on Twitter about that comment. Oscar AK and Sahil getting involved. He's only won Fantasy 5 about 7 times.
Serial winner, that lad. A serial winner.
Even on basketball, he smashes it.
If you want to know how to do well on Fantasy 5, guys, speak to Sahil. He's the man.
At Wigan Sanity. He is the person to follow. For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we get started?
Yeah, let's just get started. Let's do it.
Give the people what they want to hear.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, there's not been a versus winner, and after having 2 in the first 2 rounds, we've had a few blanks so far. So let's hopefully today we can get back to winning way, Fivers. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah, it's been a shame, but let's hopefully get back on track, and we'll see if we can get another winner today.
Before that, though, what do you think of? So we went into this. You thought RGs were the favourite. I was a bit indifferent, sort of wanting to say England, but too scared to be absolutely annihilated when we had a poor start. So chickened out. What you thinking now?
So obviously, the Saudi was a big shock, but I still think Argentina are pretty strong. I still back them. I'm going to stay with my original decision.
They've not got much depth.
Yeah, that is an issue. Yeah, like you see,
Even
France
England,
even
Brazil,
what we bring on. Yeah,
England and Brazil have got depth, especially going forward. Whereas Argie don't have that.
No,
France don't really have that. I don't rate like Coman. They're not going to set the world alight. They're decent, fast. He's a good player. But
well, you could see by the game against against Tunisia that their second string kind of team, if you like, they didn't get the job done. They struggled. So, but still, undeniable talent in the reserves there. But Argentina now, but I don't know. It's just the feeling that I had before, based on, to be fair, they're in crazy form coming into it. But I still feel with Leo there, they can do something special. But yeah, the penalty miss. I mean, definitely one of the sides of his game is not that strong.
And that's also something, though. The fact they gave that as a penalty. When have you ever seen a keeper? I've seen keepers smack players in the face with a fist and not even get given a penalty. So
yeah, consistency wise, I agree. But
I would love for that. I would love for that to be the case, that if the keeper punches the player in the face, it is a penalty, because obviously it should be a penalty, but it never is given.
Yeah. So the point is about consistency there, and that's definitely I agree with that. But I think I was one of the only people that I could see on social media that was like, "That is a pen." He didn't get the ball. I mean, it was a bit soft. To be fair, when I first saw it, it looked a bit more of an impact than it was.
It's never given. That's why people are like, "No, it's not," because it's just never ever given. But it is technically, it's definitely a penalty.
Yeah.
But the consistency has been horrific. What game was it? Was it yesterday that someone handballed it? Like 3 phases before the goal.
Yeah.
What game was that?
I can't remember, but that's been annoying me. Like how far
happened with AU handballed the ball on the 6-yard box, and then is it Ghana? Not Ghana. Ghana.
I can't remember that one because I think I missed some of those games earlier.
Anyway, he was literally a yard out, uses his hand for Ghana, and then his teammate finishes it, and they looked at it and they gave it as a goal. And then yesterday, someone handballed it like 2 phases before, or 2 days ago, 2 phases before the play, goes on and scores, and they put it back for a handball. That is just, it's poor.
Yeah, that is definitely starting to annoy me, how far they're allowed to go back to look to stop a goal. It needs to be much clearer. The consistency report. I mean, England's first game, Harry Maguire was like bear hugged, didn't even get looked at, and then they got the penalty at the end.
I think that's because he had his arm around the player as well. So like at the point that he's being bear hugged, his arm is also around the defender. So I think that plays against him. But again, the penalty we gave away was so soft. So there are levels there.
Issues with consistency.
If you're going to ask me who I think is going to win the World Cup, because we're having a debate, it's nice to both ask each other.
Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Go on.
Oh, what a lovely question. Putting me on the spot, though. Putting me on the spot. I generally think it's coming home. I think we'll beat France. I think we're going to batter.
Not even. Just went straight past Senegal. Didn't even acknowledge Senegal.
We're going to batter them. We're going to absolutely batter them. We're going to get Brazil in the final. Brazil will beat Argentina. We'll get Brazil in the final. And it's coming home. It's such a shit World Cup for us to win, though. It's like the least excited. You can't even enjoy it. It's going to be like no street parties. You can't even celebrate after. I've been to the pub now for 2 of the 3 games, and the atmosphere has just been a bit dead compared to a summer World Cup.
Yeah, and the Euros. It was bouncing, wasn't it, for the Euros?
Do you think it's the summer, or do you think it's just because it's in Qatar and everyone's just a bit like...
I think it's more to do with Qatar. I think maybe there's a small factor with it being in the winter, but I think it's more to do with Qatar, to be honest. But, let's see. I think once it gets... I think everyone's just been confident. So, in terms of England, I think we're confident we get through. So let's see how the atmosphere is once we get to the... I'm sure it'll be bouncing if we beat Senegal and get to France and we have that game. I'm sure the atmosphere will go up a few notches.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
So, should we get into our versus teams for this round?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
Let's do it.
Oh,
He's showing me again.
the wrong round. I was in the wrong round. I don't refresh. Okay. First picks. Well, just to start us off, I wanted to say I do think that there's been a bit of a change, or a change in like the teams that we used to think were strong countries, and they're getting to the end of a lot of the players' careers, and they've just not performed. I think Poland, one of them. Uruguay, definitely one, even though
Wales,
got a younger team. Wales, Belgium. I think we were speaking just before the pod. I think Croatia, the only team that have played decently with an aging team.
Yeah.
So I think the next few rounds are going to be very interesting because there will be some dark horses who, in 2 years or 4 years' time, we're going to think of a very good team because of how they perform.
I mean, there's some teams that I just didn't even acknowledge to be any good. For example, Australia, Canada, USA. All those three teams have really surprised me. I think they've played really well. Like, even, they lost 4-1, they're out, Canada, but I thought they played really well. I think they were a bit naive maybe, but it was nice to see a team against a bigger team go for it and actually try and attack, instead of just sitting really deep and trying to get through that way. They really went for it. And
do you think Australia have been a bit lucky though? Like they're performing, but I think they have been a bit lucky.
Yeah, a bit lucky, but yeah, you're probably right. But I'm still surprised. I'm still surprised by the fact that they've been fairly organised. They've been organised enough to limit the chances. I don't think Denmark had that many clear-cut chances.
Yeah.
So
yeah, agreed. But Denmark have been pretty shy also, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, who are you going for in the first game?
In the first one, I think I do fear for Costa Rica. I think Germany will turn on. I think Germany have largely played quite well, so I'm going to go Tommy Muller for that one. What do you think?
They've not converted too much. Japan, I feel like Germany have had a lot more chances than they've taken. Gnabry also has had a few.
They've created a lot of chances, but not been too clinical.
Yeah, Sane though, he looks back now. He played 15 minutes of the last game. He looks good again. So yeah, I think there's definitely potential there. Morata, I think he scored twice already. Come on, Japan, they'll have to go for it. So I could see Spain. I could see Morata nicking a goal. I'm going for Morata. You're going Muller.
Yep, that's fair play.
Fair play. All right, second pick. I'll go first.
Go on.
Alphonso Davies has done me well before, but Jordi Alba he's just been too good. He's playing like as a left winger. He's just having a great World Cup. So he's my pick.
Nice. Yeah, I think Croatia will score. So not too sure on Timothy Castagna. David Raum could do well against Costa Rica.
There's a clean sheet there.
Yeah, it looks like a clean sheet there, to be fair. But I feel the way that they're utilizing Davis, and he was electric in the last game.
He's a forward or winger.
He's like a left forward. So I'm going to go Fonzie Davis. I did look at Jordi. I do think Jordi is going to be good as well, but I'm going to go with Davis.
He's gone with Davis. Well, I'm going to backing on the fact that Germany are creating chances and Costa Rica conceded 7. Was it 7? Yeah, against Spain.
Yeah.
My money's on Serge Gnabry today. I've also got a bet on Gnabry's goals for the tournament. It's not going very well, so turn it around today, Gnabry. Turn it around today.
Yeah, it's a big chance to turn that around. He could, if he starts in that game and they're flowing, he could easily get a goal or two. I looked at Serge, but I think for me, Ferran Torres, similar to Serge Gnabry, I think he started a bit slow, but I think this is a good game for him. He did perform well in the first game. Well, they all did. Yeah, I think it's a good shot. I think we're going to go with Ferran Torres there.
I'm surprised you didn't choose Yuki Soma.
He's been great. He surprised me.
He has been great.
I mean, he's at the moment up there with, I would say, goal of the tournament. That was the touch and finish was crazy from him.
Ridiculous. Yeah. All 4 of these players could turn it on today. So, That's a good chance there. I think this is maybe the harder group. As a Spurs fan, I can't turn my back on all the world. The Belgium defence are going to want to keep a clean sheet. Courtois is going to want to keep a clean sheet after that shite performance against Morocco. So claiming 3 months ago or 2 months ago that he's the best player in the world, yet alone best goalkeeper in the world, getting beaten at his front post twice. So yeah, Toby with a near post header across the keeper, going in back post. He's my man.
It's extremely specific. It's extremely specific, but fair play. Yeah, I'm not so keen. Not so keen. I think Croatia will score, so I'm not so keen. And I think those days are gone. I think those days are long gone. They were a while ago when he used to get across that front post.
So does Kevin De Bruyne. He thinks those days are long gone as well.
Yes, for me, this one was quite. Even though it does look tough, it was a clear one for me. I'm going for Rudiger. He's a madman. Honestly, he turns up everywhere on the pitch, and definitely a huge threat from set pieces.
I love after he took the piss out of Japan that he then conceded twice. Nothing better. He's the scummiest player. Like, if you have him on your team, you love it. But if you're playing against him, he's just the scummiest player. Any fight, any argument on the pitch, he's there getting himself involved. Like,
yeah,
I hate him. He's scum.
Yeah.
To me, he's Chelsea's. I know he's at Madrid, but he's still Chelsea.
Yeah, he's a scum. He is scummy. I agree.
And the last round, who's gonna win you that 500? Well, get you entered into that £500 tournament.
El playmaker here. Again, quite difficult this with the choices. So many good players there. I went for, again, because I do think Costa Rica are going to get battered. I went with Jamal Musiala. He's been playing really, really well. I can see him.
He was at City until 17, and then he went to Germany.
Yeah, I read that he played with Jude Bellingham as well in the under 16s for England as well.
Yeah, potentially. But then I rate that. Like, a lot of these players, like Jude, like, they just left. They went, I want to get first team football. You get it in Germany for, you're good enough. So, and it's a good league. So I rate that he went there.
Absolutely. And you can see they're bringing up the talent amazing there. Like, I know Jadon Sancho's not done amazing when he's come back, but when he was out there at Dortmund, crazy. Jude Bellingham, this Musiala.
Gerge. He's backing Jamal Musiala as well.
Well, lad.
Gerge.
Great pick. That's a great pick.
We're going to be giving away another Fantasy 5 jumper, Fantasy 5 crew.
Beautiful.
That'll be going out to someone who's one of our better engaged fans. It looks like Gerge's leading the way. Lead that charge. I've done very well with my betting this tournament in terms of the pre-tournament picks, but another one besides Gnabry that I didn't do well on so far is Kevin De Bruyne. So I'm picking KDB. He's had a pathetic tournament so far, but I'm hoping he turns it on and can get a result, to be honest.
What's really annoyed me about this whole Belgium thing is I think there was something on BBC, like, with the Belgian media saying, we're all the squad, this, that. And they were, like, really trying to, cover for them. And then saying at the end, we're not like England. We don't say it's coming home. It's like, why would you not be optimistic about your team? You're like, they're just feeding the pessimism to them. And they're all playing on it, the players, and they're all saying the same thing. And it's pathetic.
Well, Martinez mentioned that, but he said that it's the French media that's saying this. But I don't know. It all seems a bit weird, to be honest. I agree with what you're saying. It does seem a bit out of place, some of the comments being made.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. All right. Well, both our teams are locked in. I've got.
Shall we have a look at the leaderboard? Should we have
a quick look at the leaderboard? Fivers overall leaderboard. Excuse my name. This is one of my test accounts. Apologies there. But a big shout out to Korf 112, David 89, Carlo, and Mordak 01. You're both on 15 points. £1,000 to whoever comes first. Core 112 is currently leading on fantasy points. It's £1,000, fivers. We're only halfway through. You've still got a long way to go, so don't give up. We're less than halfway through, so don't stop. Keep entering. £1,000 could be yours.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's some big totals there. I mean, I'm on 7 overall, so I'm not doing too well. These guys are at the top of their game right now, so 15 is really good. £1,000 to be won, huge prize. Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Exactly. Well, fivers, I hope you enjoyed our daily pod. I know it's not really been daily, but hopefully it'll be daily again. So yeah, enjoy, have a great day, and let's see £500 won this evening.
Yeah, enter by 3 p.m. today, guys. Enter by 3 p.m. today. If we have a winner, a jackpot winner, we'll announce it on a stream tomorrow. We do same time, 9:30.
9:30 tomorrow.
9:30 tomorrow, guys. Good luck, and yeah, let's get another jackpot winner. Let's do it.
Let's do it. See you, fivers.
Bye, guys.